This is the plaintiff, Stacy Ryan Satoli. She says the defendant, her biological aunt who raised her, committed tax fraud and stole her refund check. That's right, her own flesh and blood fudged the IRS papers, claimed her daughter as a dependent, and aunt or no aunt, she wants every penny of the $2,556 she's owed. This is the defendant, Louise. She says the plaintiff was the one monkeying around with the taxes because she didn't even know there'd been a direct deposit of a refund into her account. The plaintiff stole her information. The sneak also stole her 2 children's social security numbers and listed them as our own dependents. Talk about someone trying to scam the system. Bottom line, she's extremely hurt by her niece's betrayal. She can't believe she's being dragged into court as a defendant when she was the one wronged and can't wait for the judge to throw the book at her for wrongdoing a family member. She's accused of being one wicked aunt. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $3,976.62 for back rent and other expenses.
All parties, please raise your right hand. Be seated. Come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas. Stacy Ryan Satoli?
Yep.
Okay, you are suing your Aunt Louise?
Yes.
You're her aunt?
Yes.
How old are you?
I'm 22.
22.
I'm 36. I raised her since I was 14 years old when she was born. I've raised her.
You raised her alone, or you mean you helped to raise her with your sister?
Right, with my mother.
With your mother?
No, yes, with my mother.
Okay. Okay. You are suing her for $2,556 that you say she owes you in state and federal tax refunds that you say she inappropriately kept. You are counterclaiming against her $3,976.62 for rent, car repairs, and oil changes on the car that you loaned to her. Let's start with your lawsuit against her. Talk to me. What happened?
I needed help filing my taxes. I don't know how to do them by myself. So her being, my family, I asked her, figured, she'd lead me in the right direction. And I gave her all my information to do so. And she put her 2 daughters on the tax thing.
She what?
She put her 2 daughters as dependents.
On your tax returns?
Yes.
Why didn't she put them on her own?
I have no idea.
Well, did she talk to you about it?
No.
You guys didn't talk about her giving you a tax credit that you didn't deserve?
No.
She just did it for you?
Yes.
Okay, go on. Did you file taxes that year?
No, ma'am, I did not.
So you figured somebody should get it?
I did not file her taxes.
So she's lying when she says that you did her tax return?
Yes, she...
So go on. According to you, she did it, and what happened?
She put her 2 daughters on my thing as dependents. She also routed the money to her bank account.
Did the money end up going into her bank account? So you were supposed to get a state refund and a federal refund, and they both went into her bank account?
Yes.
Okay. And do you have the documents to show that was your free refund that went into her account?
Yes.
Let me see it. Who's the gentleman with you?
This is my husband, Frank.
Okay. When you say husband, legal husband?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have children together?
I'm currently pregnant.
Okay. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. Now, she says her money went into your account. True or not true?
It is true. I found that out October 16th, 2016, when she had said that they had deposited money into my account. I said, how did they deposit money in my account? My ex-boyfriend, his taxes were deposited into my account. I didn't know that she was filing my children.
How does she have your bank account number in order to do that, and your routing number and all that?
Because my information sits freely in my home. She lived with me, Your Honor, for 9 months.
So according to you, she did her own taxes.
Yes.
She, without your consent, according to you, put your daughters. How many?
2.
As her dependents.
Correct. And she claimed had a household at my home that she never once paid rent for.
And none of that was with your authority?
No.
All right, so what did you say to her? What did she say to you when you said, my money went to you? Why didn't you tell me? What did she say to you?
Well, at first she wanted to make things right, but I gave her by December to give me, my money.
And then she didn't pay you by December?
She didn't even respond to me.
So you get sued and you feel betrayed because according to you, you helped to raise her and you were helping her out during this time because she was living with you. Was she paying rent?
No, she wasn't. And she was supposed to be paying rent for her and her child, and she wasn't.
How much rent was she supposed to be paying?
$350 a month.
Okay. Now, did you have that in writing with her?
Nope.
Okay. were you supposed to be paying your aunt rent?
No.
You guys have texts? Do you have an email? Anything that would show?
There is no text. I raised her. She's always called me mom.
I know, but then that's why when you say, I raised her, I love her, I raised her, that's why, but then that's why, you have to prove to me that she was supposed to be paying rent, because it sounds like if you're opening your home to her a lot.
When she got her tax money, she was supposed to pay me for staying with me and for damages due to my son's car. She was supposed to be
Okay, so we'll talk about your son's car now in 1 second. All right.
Mm-hmm.
As far as the rent, is there anything that you can offer to me now, whether by text, by mail, by email, anything that would prove up that she was supposed to be paying $350 rent?
No.
When did he come into the picture?
About July.
Just about the time everything
about
goes
July
wrong here?
2016.
Okay. Just about the time things go wrong here, or no?
Right, and then she moves out August 26,
Okay.
2016. She moves out, I help her move out and everything.
Oh, so things were still good then?
Right, in October I bought her a phone because she needed a phone. Her phone broke. I bought
As a
her,
gift?
She needed a phone. She called me crying, Mom, I don't have no way of
She calls
getting
you
a-"
mom?
Yes.
You call her mom?
Used to.
And her daughter calls me Mima.
Oh, you're very young for a Mima.
Thank you.
So let's talk about your counterclaim against her. $31.50 is the rent. We've discussed that. $701.38 amount to repair a 1998 Saturn. What happened with the Saturn?
Stacy was driving the car for the full 9 months that she was living with me.
And what?
And
Why does she owe money for it?
Well, her and her child's father, they're constantly feuding back and forth. Stacy has a very high temper.
Is that this gentleman or the other? Okay,
No.
got it.
Stacy, had a very hot temper. She would slam doors and everything. Well, she slammed the door so hard that she broke the hook off from where the door actually latches. She broke the hook off from it. Then, I don't know, maybe a month after that, she has my daughter Marissa in the car. She's 14. She's in the car with her, and I guess, Marissa said that they were going pretty fast down 57. Stacy hit a bump. The gas tank had dropped. Stacy drove 5 miles an hour, I guess, down Long Branch Road to my house. She parked the car out in the driveway, ran up to the house. She was in a ball of tears. Mom, I'm so sorry. I feel so wrong that everything keeps happening. I'll replace the car. I'll buy the car off from you. Okay, Stacy, do what you need to do. Okay, so my son therefore pulls the vehicle into the driveway. It's been parked ever since, not been able to be driven at all.
Okay, and the $701.38 comes from where?
Comes from a repair shop.
And that's the estimate they say to fix the gas tank?
The gas tank and the door.
Let me see that estimate. Had you ever shown it to her before?
No, because she was supposed to be buying the car off me when she got her income taxes back. She was supposed to.
How is she going to do that if she was paying rent when she got her income taxes back? Her income taxes aren't more than what you're asking for rent.
Yeah.
All right. So were you supposed to pay for the repairs to the car for the damages that we just described, the tank and the door?
I said that I would help out, but
Well,
obviously,
who else would be responsible for them but you?
my cousin Tyler, which is his car. Her boyfriend was also driving the car. Her daughter's driving the car.
Yeah, but okay, the two things are you slamming the door, right? Did you slam the door and did it come off the hinges a little?
On my daughter's birthday party,
and then
I shut the door.
so that's
and it
one.
broke.
And the other thing is you hitting the gas tank when you took some air, and that her daughter was in the car for it.
I was actually at a light and
Okay,
it
both
fell.
of them you are
Yeah,
driving, so
I was.
how are you going to blame this? You got to remember something. He just
Right.
got into the scene, no offense. And he may stick around until you're old and gray.
Mm-hmm.
But these are the people who were with you all that other time,
Right.
and so be very, very careful.
Right.
So you're blaming Tyler, you're blaming her boyfriend, you're saying all this stuff, but then you just told me, yeah, it was me for those two things. All right, gotcha. And then what are the 4 oil changes? What's that about?
She was supposed to get the oil changed on the vehicle because she was the primary one driving it all the time. And every time she got her child support or, what Timmy pays me my support, I'm going to take the car in to get an oil change. She never once got an oil change on that vehicle.
All right, did you ever change the oil in it?
No, but it was low on oil, and I did replace the oil that wasn't in there.
Did you ever change the oil?
No.
Okay.
What about you saying that you were going to pay for the oil changes?
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. Would you ever sue your aunt if she screwed you over by stealing your tax refund?
Oh, I would definitely sue her. If she's gonna, treat me in that certain way, then hey, I'm taking you to court.
You nodding.
Yeah, it's, blood's thicker than water, but money's thicker than blood, so.
Oh, you buying that? Money's thicker than blood?
I do. Regardless, that's kind of illegal, so.
Cold-hearted. I like you guys going inside the courtroom.
Are you close to her daughter? Yeah. So
I was, and she ripped her daughter out of my life. And
Right. How old's her daughter?
She's 4.
This is sad on so many levels. I'm kind of sad for your daughter who had a Meemaw and now lost a Meemaw. Did she ask for Meemaw?
No.
I doubt that. I think you're cruel to have said that.
That baby moved out with everything that I had in my home for that baby. Clothes for the next 2 years.
I'm fairly confident she's probably
Clothes,
asking for
everything.
But, you have zero rights to anything. If she doesn't want the added joy in her daughter's life of added love from a family member, she will soon enough grow out of her little 22-year-old fantasy and realize what she's doing to her daughter.
She's doing this to not only me, but to the child's father, too, and the whole child's family, too.
Well, she can't do it to him. He can go to court.
Oh,
and he can
She
push
violated.
Yeah.
And then, isn't right that, my mother died of cancer 15 years ago, and Stacy was very close with my mother. And for him to tell me and my mentally disabled younger sister that he hopes that we die from internal cancer from the inside out and we rot from the inside out.
Who said that?
Mr. Frankie over there.
After you told her to go have, what was it? A miscarriage?
I didn't say anything.
Okay, why doesn't everybody take it down a notch? Let me tell you what your job is. Your new husband here? Okay,
Yeah.
let me tell you what your job is. Your job is to dial it all down. Okay. She's pregnant.
Yeah.
Gotta have some peace. It's gonna be over here. Your job is just that lady right there and having some kind of peace. Okay, I understand. I hear all the hurling epithets. I hear everything. I'm ready to roll. As for the state tax refund and the federal tax refund, there is zero dispute that there's $2,556 owed from that side to this side for the amount of money that went into that bank account. So I find in favor of the plaintiff on the plaintiff's lawsuit against the defendant. Now, is there anything that's going to be chipped away at that because of your counterclaim against her? Let's talk about several things. Number one, there's the rent. On the rent, I find absolutely no way. There's a dispute between you two. It's a she said, she said.
I even paid the water bill at this location.
I need you to listen to me. I've asked you 10 times if you have proof that she was supposed to pay you the figure you are now asking
No, because she'd nothing in writing from her.
Okay, so as for the rent, you are not going to get the rent. Now let's talk about the Saturn. Is the Saturn in your name?
Yes, it is.
Okay. I find that she does owe you the money to repair the Saturn, so that is going to be taken away from it. And as for the oil changes, I find that also is going to be taken away from it. That's $2,556 minus the amount to repair the car minus the amount for the oil changes. Which means then that what you must pay her in order to have this end here is $1,729.38 net judgment in favor of the plaintiff. Good luck, folks.
So the plaintiff does prevail in this case. Louise, the defendant, has come out of the courtroom. This is really a very sad, tragic case to
Yes,
hear.
sir, it is.
I mean, what a mess. What a mess. How do you feel about all this?
Well, for stealing my information and her not being completely honest with the judge, I think that she's very unfair. I could have sued her for a lot of other things, and I didn't. I just want to put this behind me, and this is her funeral day for me.
Her funeral day.
This is her funeral day. She's dead to me.
The family.
We're done with her.
I think I understand. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
It's quite a story. All right, Mr. Tolley, if you'll come out here, you may want to respond to what she just said, but either way you look at it, it's a really tragic case. You don't seem too upset either, you know?
No, family doesn't do that to each other.
So as far as they're concerned, this is your funeral. How do you react to that?
That's fine by me.
It is? Really?
I don't want anything to do with her.
Really? You don't mean that, do you?
I do. She told me to have a miscarriage.
Well, I heard you say that, too. You told that to her. Yeah. You guys are something else. All right, thank you very much. Very sorry. What a tragic case indeed. Harvey, you must have some feelings about this. What do you think?
Well, I do, Doug. In this case, look, you need to keep your personal information, social security number, other ID number, and as close a circle as possible. It will really hurt you, especially these days, if you don't.